As I said in the village kirk in Strichen when we laid Alec to rest amongst his ain folk in the north east, I say again as we pay tribute to him here in the High Kirk of St Giles in our nation's capital. For it can't be said often enough the greatness of the man and what a loss he is to our nation. And it will be repeated down through the years and for generations to come. Such has been his impact and such is his legacy. A giant of a man, the leader of our country, the leader of our movement, an inspiration, a political genius, an orator, debater and communicator without parallel. At ease on any national or international stage, whether with monarchs or political leaders, business or trade union, media or other professions. Never overawed and more often outshining all. Revered by many, respected by all, who through his skills and unstinting efforts won friends and gained admiration across the social and political spectrum, even in areas once viewed as others' fiefdoms. At ease with veterans, as with the military and civic dignitaries at D-Day celebrations, brokering agreement between the trade unions and employers. Only days ago, many marching in this city in defence of Grangemouth, Scotland's oil refinery, demanding action from UK and Scottish governments. Let it never be forgotten that Alex Salmond saved it not once but twice, refusing to accept that it would close, fighting for the nation's interest and active in supporting the shop steward struggle until the end. Unflappable in a crisis, he was the man for the moment, and he faced many: climatic, economic, health, even terrorism, seeking not to enhance his profile, but protect his people, always in command. For sure he liked the limelight, but always happy to share the spotlight, and generous in defeat as in victory. Most of all, a man who had the cause of independence burned into his heart and seared in his soul. Reared on his grandfather's tales of Scottish history and raised in the historic town of Linlithgow, a residence of Scottish kings and birthplace of Mary Queen of Scots. He could have succeeded in any profession or walk of life. Such were his talents, energy and ability. And in politics he could have risen to the very top in any party. Indeed, there were many offers and blandishments put to him by the established British parties, but he forsook them all, doing so for Scottish independence, his guiding light, his North Star, his life's work, not just his life's ambition, and he came so close to achieving it. I received a very kind email from someone who had never met him, but wrote, "Alex Salmond embodied national pride and was the energy to deliver the change Scotland so badly needs. I still reflect on 2014 with immense pride and abject sadness at the result." That man was right. Alex Salmond made our people walk tall, and he restored pride in our land. Devising a strategy and moulding a movement, he embarked on a journey, running the first ever independent supporting government, which through credibility, capability and competence won an unprecedented and previously perceived impossible overall majority in 2011, leaving a legacy visible all around us, from free prescriptions in the absence of tuition fees to the Queensferry Crossing, Aberdeen Bypass and other projects covering our land. Whatever may be claimed by some, the record narrating whose government delivered them. Adamant our land wasn't too wee, too poor, or our people too stupid to run their own affairs, that there was something wrong with so many having to leave their native land for opportunities or even just to get a job. Believing the people best suited to run our country were those choosing to make it their home from wherever they may have come. As Burns wrote, "Man to man the world o'er shall brothers be for all that," exemplifying his fundamental decency, a contrast with the xenophobia now shamefully prevalent in politics. Realising that the Scottish tragedy wasn't how bad things were, but how much better they should be. For a nation blessed with so much, we were achieving so little. Some nations discovering oil and seeing the desert bloom. Scotland seeing whole communities turned into industrial deserts. And now, turbines turning on land and sea, but folk unable to turn on the heating in their homes. A land that's energy rich, yet half its people facing fuel poverty. Those were the beliefs which drove him and saw him come so close to victory. But he neither abandoned his dream nor faltered in efforts to achieve it, setting to yet again, and with the energy he had at the very outset. And he would have succeeded. As he said in his final social media foray, Scotland's a country, not a county, lambasting those demeaning our land and chastising those supinely allowing it to happen. As Burns said, "Wha say be bases, be a slave, let him turn and flee." He cannot now deliver his life's ambition. It's why those of us who share his dream must conclude that journey on his behalf. That's the legacy he'd expect and the duty we owe him. When we leave this memorial, we do so not with our heads hung low, but with our heads held high. A tear in our eye, but fire in our soul, cherishing his memory, revering his achievements, seeking justice for his name, and pledged to deliver his dream. As his beloved Burns wrote, "Lay the proud usurpers low, tyrants fall with every foe, liberties in every blow, let us do our dee." Farewell, my friend. You said the dream shall never die, but we shall overcome. Your dream shall be delivered.